Hello everyone, this is Saman Salim at SS Medics and today we are going to discuss some MCQs regarding asthma. So the first MCQ here is early phase bronchoconstrictor response due to exposure to allergen. It occurs within how much time? The options are 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 4 to 8 hours or 24 hours. Well, normally the right option is option A, 6 hours. But as you can see in the option D, it's given as 4 to 8 hours. So it seems as more safe option and that is what we will choose. So here the correct answer is option D. The second MCQ is late phase bronchoconstrictor response due to exposure to allergen. It occurs within how much time? And the right option here is 24 hours. This MCQ can also present as like how much time we should observe a patient who has presented with acute asthma attack. And the minimum duration for observation is 24 hours because initially the patient will have the early phase bronchoconstrictor response and the later on patient will have the late phase bronchoconstrictor response. So we should keep the patient under observation for at least 24 hours. Next is late phase bronchoconstrictor response to allergen is because of. Now the correct answer is neutrophils and macrophages. And we can also here let's discuss also that the early phase bronchoconstrictor response, it is because of the preformed mediators. Which of the following types of asthma is least responsive to the steroid treatment? The right answer here is polygranulocytic asthma, and the reference for this is Davidson. This MCQ we have already discussed that the early phase bronchoconstrictor response to allergens is because of preformed mediators and the late phase response is because of the neutrophils and macrophages. Now this is a very interesting MCQ. A 30-year-old female presents to your GP clinic with asthma and rhinosinusitis. Her symptoms worsen with wine, coffee, and berries. On examination, you find that she is also having nasal polyps. Most likely diagnosis in this case is Churg-Strauss syndrome, food allergy, allergic eosinophilia, or aspirin-sensitive asthma. And the right answer here is aspirin-sensitive asthma, and this is given in Davidson. Which of the following is diagnostic of asthma? Please read the options and I'll display the answer within 5 seconds. Hope so that you had done it right. Moving forward, which of the following is most commonly used preventer for asthma in adults? Again, I'm waiting for the 5 seconds and then I'll display the answer. So inhalational corticosteroids, they are mainly used as preventer for the asthma prevention in adults. Oral steroids are mostly used at which stage of the asthma? The options are given and the right answer here is acute asthma attack. Well, although oral steroids are also used in severe persistent asthma, but the statement states oral steroids are mostly used. So these are most commonly used when a patient presents with acute asthma attack with an asthma exacerbation. So we use oral steroids most commonly at that time. Which of the following is most effective to prevent exercise-induced asthma? The options are in front of you. Please view them and I'll display the answer in 5 seconds. So the right option is option B, long-acting beta agonist taken 5 minutes before exercise. They are most effective to prevent the exercise-induced asthma. Although we can also take montelukast, but that they should be taken at least 1 hour before exercise. Which drug is most commonly used as a preventer in children? The right option is sodium chromoglycate. So here you know the two types of MCQs. The most commonly used preventer drug in children is sodium chromoglycate, whereas in adults we use inhalational corticosteroids. Which of the following is most appropriate route of administering asthma drug in 3-year-old child? And the right option here is option C, nebulizer plus face mask. So whenever the age is less than 3 years old, you have to use a face mask. Without using a face mask, you cannot effectively deliver drugs in less than 3-year-old kids. The option D can also be correct, that is metered dose inhaler plus small volume spacer plus face mask. If that was given, option D would also be correct. Which of the following is most appropriate route of administering asthma drug in a 5-year-old child? So whenever the age is between 3 to 8 years old, we mostly use meter dose inhaler plus large volume spacer. So the right option here is option B. That's right. Which of the following is most appropriate route of administering asthma drug in 8-year-old child? The right option here is number A, that is breath activated device, or if it was given dry powder inhalers or metered dose inhalers alone, they would also be correct. So what happens in when the child is above 8 years old, that child can be trained how to inspire and expire and how to intake the drug, how to inhale the drug along with inspiration. So you can teach this age group. That's why we can use the breath activated devices or metered dose inhalers or even the dry powder inhalers. A 25-year-old gymnast who is known asthmatic for the last 2 years has presented to your GP clinic. He complains of more frequent and worsening symptoms of his asthma. He is already using double the dosage of salbutamol. So what is your next step? So basically here they want to check your step up asthma management plan. So you should know that if the symptoms are not controlled by salbutamol, the next is regular preventive therapy. And in adult age group, we use inhalational steroids for that. So the right option here is option C. Which of the following is a feature of near fatal asthma attack? And the right option here is option E, that is raised partial pressure of the carbon dioxide, which indicates type 2 respiratory failure and that the patient needs assisted ventilation. Which of the following features in an asthmatic patient confirm the need of assisted ventilation? Again, the answer is same. When the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is more than 45 millimeters of mercury, that confirms that the patient needs assisted ventilation because this is the hallmark of near fatal asthma. So the correct option here is option D. A 6-year-old kid who is known asthmatic for last 2 months has presented to your GP clinic. He complains of more frequent and worsening symptoms. He's already using double the dosage of salbutamol. So what is your next step? So basically, as you can see that we have already discussed an MCQ like this, but the age here is 6-year-old, whereas in the previous case, the age was 25-year-old. So the basic agenda of this MCQ is that the candidate knows that what is the preventer drug used in the pediatric age group and what is the preventer drug used in the adult age group. So for kids, we use sodium nidokromil. So here the right option is option E, that is regular preventive therapy by sodium nidokromil. But if the age group was 20-25, that is the adult age group, we would choose option C, that is regular preventive therapy by inhalational corticosteroids. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and for the further video on MCQs about COPD, please keep listening. If you like the content, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Have a good day.